Good evening and welcome to the 7,583rd edition of Far and Wide. For today, Friday the 24th of June, 2050. Following the success of Chinese restaurants in Great Britain, a deal has just been completed which will result in a chain of wimpy bars being opened in China. A laundry service will be provided for customers while they eat. Service will be provided for customers while they eat. The church efficiency drive continues to gain momentum. Yesterday, a vicar in Hereford christened 226 babies by standing on his steeple and using a stirrup pump. And in an effort to give the Roman Catholic Church a more modern image, the Pope arrived at St Andrews to play in the Open Golf Tournament. However, despite blessing his niblick, the Pope was narrowly beaten 4-3 by the Archbishop of Canterbury, the Reverend Umbala Patongi. Britannia 7, Britain's runaway space vehicle, continues to orbit the Earth at 35,000 miles an hour. A further rescue attempt by the Space Shuttle rescue vehicle is expected later today. Meanwhile, the reluctant passengers caught in the accidental takeoff are coming to the end of their 8-hour rest period.
Good morning, space travelers. Your 8-hour rest period is over. Tea is now ready at your bedside.
Oi! Mrs. Noah. Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, I've just had the most terrible nightmare. I dreamt I'd been shot off in a rocket.
You have. You're in orbit 350 miles above the Earth, and tea's getting cold.
Oh, where is it?
Up there, by your head.
Here. Oh.
Hey, what you doing?
How did that get there?
You threw it at me, you...
I didn't throw it at you. It just sort of slipped out of my hand. Hang on a minute. Oh, That's funny. I can't get it in the mug.
Getting it in mine, all right, aren't you?
Just a minute, I won't be beat. That's better. There. I've cracked it.
Right.
There you are.
Thank you. Oh, I've had enough of this.
How did you do that? Hello?
Ah, hello. Did you have a good sleep?
Well, I don't know. I'm a bit bewildered.
How's Mr. Cutler? May I speak to him?
Oh, would you hold on, Mr. Carstairs? Here, it's for you.
Batman speaking.
They're starting the rescue attempt soon. When you're dressed, join us up here. Would you?
Well, we don't know whether we're on our heads or our heels down here. Are you having trouble with your gravity?
No, it's okay up here. Oh, wait a minute, just let's have a look. Oh, yes, there was an attitude adjustment a few hours ago, and your cabin compensator hasn't responded.
Do you think you could make it respond now?
Not with you in it. Look, take the door into your dressing room. That seems to be all right.
And which one's that?
The ceiling, of course.
Naturally.
See you soon.
Come on, follow me. Oh, come on, woman. Come on. Grab. Grab hold of it, come on. There. Come on, Flopsy. Oh.
Please enter the automatic dressing cubicles. The robot valet will dress you in your clothes which have been processed in the decontamination unit.
Oh, come on, hurry up.
No,
Well, they're coming for us soon. Look, you don't want to be flung over an astronaut's shoulder with your nightie on in view of the whole world, do you?
No, I suppose not.
Right, come on.
Stand by for the removal of nightwear.
Oh, that was quick.
I bet it hasn't happened that fast since your honeymoon, has it?
Stand by for dressing.
Hey!
Oh, get up. Oh, 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 it's all hands.
Hey, just go a bit slow when you come to that. Zip.
Oh, I haven't had an experience like this since I asked for an overdraft from the bank manager.
Dressing complete.
Hey, mine feels damn funny.
Yes, so does mine.
I didn't know you wore these.
Smack your leg.
3 into 10 goes 3 times, carry 1. Coffee, Gaston?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Carstairs.
No, pour me some coffee, please.
Don't you talk to me like that. I've had a terrible night. And I must admit that I'm too short for that dressing cabinet. That third arm went far beyond its programme. And it shook hands with me when I left.
There you are, sir.
Thank you, Fanshawe.
Did you sleep well, sir?
Yes, but not very much. While you were snoring, I got up and did a few checks around the ship. Since then, I've been doing my calculations.
Yes, I thought you had.
You know, I think you and I ought to discuss the situation. After all, we are members of the space project team up here, and as such, we ought to analyze the facts. We can then decide what to tell the other two, who, after all, are just members of the public.
Who paid for all this?
Exactly.
How do you see the situation at the moment, sir?
Do you want it straight from the shoulder?
Yes.
This doesn't concern you, Mr. Gaston.
But I'm part of the space project. I changed the light bulbs. If it wasn't for me, we'd all be sitting in the dark.
Very well. Remember, this is strictly between the three of us. We are men, and we can take it.
Absolutely.
Let's take the facts in order. 1, the rescue attempt. This has really only been done in theory. I mean, the docking mechanism is incomplete. The vacuum sealer hasn't even been applied. 2, we still have a malfunction of the retro rockets. Therefore, control re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere is quite out of the question.
What's number 3, sir?
Well, if all these things did work, we wouldn't know how to operate them anyway. 4, we are in a dying orbit.
You don't mean...
Yes, I do. Man to man, we've had it. For goodness sake, pull yourself together, Gaston. You're British, aren't you?
Not altogether. My grandmother came from Finland.
Now you tell us.
But I do have a desperate plan. It's a long shot, but it might work.
You're not just saying that to make me feel better, are you?
No, I am not, Mr. Gaston. But we'll need us all to pull together.
Oh, you can rely on me.
Here they are. Hello. Just in time for breakfast.
Oh, lovely, I'm starving.
It's a bit primitive, I'm afraid. Just bread and cold sausage and cheese and onions.
Any news from Mission Control and the space shuttle?
Well, I didn't like to trouble them. They've got plenty on their mind, you know, what with the launch and the primary orbit and that sort of thing.
According to my calculations, you ought to be getting into our orbit in about 5 minutes.
We're trying to get through now, I think. Quick, Fanshawe.
There you go.
Try to switch on, Fanshawe.
who'd imagine that he's hundreds of miles out in space, risking his life to rescue us? We have you in vision. Where are you now, sir?
Oh, I'm behind my desk at Mission Control. Started. I shall try again in half an hour. There has been one snag. It appears that some of the vacuum seals on your docking bay are not fully operational.
Oh, yes, I realize that, but you can leave it to us, Miss Con. I do have a plan.
Good man. Oh, one other thing. I want everyone up there to be absolutely au fait with the docking procedure. Can you brief them?
Well, I've got a general idea. How about you?
Well, I've got a general idea as well.
Good. We've got a general idea.
Good. Oh, by the way, you and Fanshawe have been awarded the OBE.
Oh, thank you very much indeed.
Does that include me?
Who are you?
Mustang. I changed the light bulbs.
Sorry, never heard of you. Well, good luck, and keep on your toes, everyone. I've got to have a first-time success.
You can do it if anyone can.
Yes, it needs absolute accuracy on my part, and split-second timing. Oh, my trousers!
Don't worry, sir. We'll soon have it off.
Yes, that reminds me, my assistant is coming with me. God knows why. She could so easily refuse.
I don't think they're going to say any more, sir.
You better turn it off. Right, well, I better explain the docking procedure to you all if you come this way. Let's gather round. Right. Now, I want you to imagine that this is the bottom end of the spaceship and that this is the docking recess, you see? And this is covered by a hatch.
Oh, here, there's that.
Oh, fine. Thank you very much. Oh, dear. It doesn't seem to fit in.
Oh, well, give it to me. See, we'll put some butter on it. Here, try that.
Oh, splendid.
That's done the trick, sir.
Yes.
Yes, and it's used up my pat of butter and all.
Well, you are part of the team.
They've never heard of me down there.
Do you mind if I continue? Now, the spaceship is orbiting the Earth like this.
Just a minute. Now, if we're up there, where is the Earth?
Well, here. You can use that for the Earth. There, and there's your North Pole.
Right. Well, here we are, going round above the Earth like this, you see.
I say, how is it that we don't bump into the moon?
It's on an entirely different orbit. Look, here. There's the moon. That's going round in an orbit around the Earth about 240,000 miles, yeah?
That's right. That's exactly right. Now, taking off from the Earth is a space shuttle. Now, I need a space shuttle.
I've made the space shuttle, sir.
Yes, very ingenious indeed.
The wings are made of cheese. It's a bit crumbly, I'm afraid. Edam would have been better.
You taste salty.
What else?
Edam.
We're not using Edam, we've got cheddar.
Well, don't get your rag out.
Now, where was I?
The rescue sausage is about to take off from the orange to rescue us from the crusty loaf.
Well, like that, it doesn't sound very scientific.
Well, I'm just trying to explain it in principle, you see. Now, the shuttle takes off on the light side of the Earth. Now, it soars up into our orbit. Meanwhile, we, of course, are hidden from the sun on the dark side of the Earth. You see what I mean?
Where's the sun, then?
Look, to make it easier, perhaps we could use this as the sun gas tank. Do you mind holding the sun for a bit?
Right, Mr. Carstairs.
Thank you. What are you playing at? The sun doesn't go round the Earth.
Oh, sorry.
It stands still.
Doesn't where I come from.
And much further away. Just keep going. Keep going. Further, further. Stop.
And higher.
Yes, much higher. Right. Now we have the sun, the Earth, Fanshawe orbit the spaceship, will you? Thank you. Mr. Cunliffe, would you do the moon? Thank you. Turn the Earth, will you? Now, the space shuttle takes off, goes round the Earth, accelerates up, and takes station behind the spaceship, see? Are you with me so far?
Well, it'd be clearer to me if we could change the sun and the earth.
Whatever for?
Well, the sun's more like an orange. And I mean, the earth is green, more like a melon.
I prefer the orange. It's lighter.
The sun is very much bigger than the earth.
Yeah, but it doesn't look bigger.
Are you happy with the moon?
Oh, yes. That does look quite like a pickled onion.
There's a thought to inspire songwriters. By the light of the silvery pickled onion.
Do let's be sensible, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Excuse me. Are we going to change or not?
Oh, very well. Here we are.
Thank you, Mr. Carson.
Right.
Don't forget your North Pole.
Right, orbit the spaceship, the moon.
Moon in orbit.
Right, we do the rescue again.
Could I ask a question?
Well, better be very important.
Well, I think it is.
Shall I stop the spaceship, sir?
Oh, yes, we'll stop the entire universe for Mr. Croft, eh? Oh, what is it?
Now I'm smaller, shouldn't I be nearer?
In heaven's name, why?
Well, I'm not altogether stupid. If the orange is smaller, shouldn't it be nearer to make it look bigger?
What has that got to do with the space shuttle taking off?
Nothing as far as I can see. I don't even know I'm holding it.
You're an integral part of the simulated juxtaposition of the solar system.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Fanshawe. It's nice to know that I belong.
I think he does have a point, sir. Relatively speaking, he should be nearer.
All right. Satisfied, Mr. Garstang?
Yes, Mr. Carson.
Right. Everybody orbit.
Right, except me.
Yes.
Because I'm stationary.
Good. Now the spaceship takes off. Round and round, up it comes to take station behind the spaceship. Right? Remove the hatch, Mr. Cunliffe.
Oh, right, hang on.
Right. There we are. The pilot does a little boost on his thruster. Tickle, 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 and he's in. Now we strike a little bit of a snag. Last night I discovered that the washer thing that goes round here hadn't been supplied.
Where is it?
Sutton Coldfield. You see, the problem is, how are we going to make this thing airtight?
Couldn't we use more butter?
It's our lives you're talking about.
No. Mrs. Knorr's remark is not quite as stupid as you think. If we could find, as it were, something to make this airtight, then our problem would be solved.
Thrumble.
Precisely. Thrumble.
Well, thank you for making it all so clear.
Why ex-thrumble?
It's a liquid that can be squirted under pressure. It's used in space travel for sealing holes made by meteorites.
And who the heck's going to start walking about out in space squirting thrumble?
No, we'll squirt it from inside. The five of us, each with a canister of thrumble, will crawl from here through to the docking bay here. Are you with me?
There's only one thing I don't understand. How are we going to get through all those crumbs?
Experts report that as the polar regions continue to melt, sea levels around Britain will continue to rise. Following reports of swimmers getting into difficulty, no bathing signs have been erected on the Guildford bypass. We have a news flash. Hopes are rising for a rescue attempt to bring down the 5 people trapped in Britannia 7, Britain's rogue space rocket. Space controller Garfield Hawke and his intrepid assistant Scarth Dare are actually at the controls of the space shuttle on the pneumatic launching pad waiting to blow off. There'll be a report later in the program.
30 seconds to blast off.
On drive.
On.
Locators.
Locating.
Twin thrusters.
Full strain.
Control fusion.
Controlled.
Fingers crossed.
I'm keeping everything crossed. Until we get it ready.
Ready when you are, Control. One last thing. Clunk, click, every trip.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I made it.
I knew you could, if anyone could.
Well, I did have some help from ground control, but from now on, we're on our own.
Doesn't the Earth look quite unbelievably beautiful?
Very flat, the Earth. Scarf. No. Oh, God.
This is the last chamber before the airlock, and that leads to the docking bay, all right? Now, at this stage, we should test our life support systems. Fanshawe, would you demonstrate, please? Now, you see that Fanshawe's ball... little ping-pong things are going up and down. That shows that his equipment is in perfect working order. Now, it's also an advantage because we can tell if he's immediately in distress. Right, thank you, Fanshawe. Now, I'd like you all to try out everything to see it's in order. Right? Right, go ahead, Gaston. Right. Mr. Cunliffe?
Your left one's hardly moving.
I've got 1 week long.
Mrs. Noah?
I think you've got competition ones.
See, you left the caps off. That was the trouble. Right? Now, we shall use these in the docking bay, so off we go into the tube. Mind your head.
Into the tube.
Right, you're in.
Mr. Conley! Will you be careful what you're doing with your life support equipment? I feel like a bit of fluff in a vacuum cleaner.
If I may say so, a very large bit.
I'll give you a pump when we get to the end of here.
Here is a newsflash from far and wide. The Space Shuttle rescue vehicle is now within sight of Britannia 7, and in a few moments will be attempting to carry out docking procedures. The world is holding its breath as we cover this life or death climax. What thoughts can be running through the minds of those 5 souls trapped in a giant metal tomb? What words are they saying in these last desperate seconds?
Oh, I think I've got housemaid's knee.
Never mind that. Grab your thrumble projector.
Oh, say, oh. Come there, Emmy. Oh, how do you work them?
Well, as soon as I give the word, you press that trigger there.
Only 200 yards to go. This is the tricky bit. I've got to get my nose probed through that small aperture.
You can do it if anyone can.
I'll give me 3 kilo thrusts on number 2 and number 3.
Both thrusting.
Hello, Tip-Top. Shuttle approaching. Open airlock door.
Right, put your life supports on. Now look, as soon as I press this button, all air will be expelled and these doors will open. Now, as soon as the probe is snug, we seal this with the thrumble, all right? Right. Oh, and good luck.
Hello, Mishcon. Lifeboat here. We're going in. Have they thrumble ready?
Tip-Top is standing by with Thrumble. You have green go.
This is it.
I shall remember this moment all my life.
If this goes wrong, that'll be about 15 seconds.
Mrs. No, where's your thrumble?
You canister woman.
Stay tuned for Black Adder, next on Channel 17.
That's what friends are Was it something I said that turned my pretty honey drops and sour? Sorry, I spoke. Can't you take the joke? Would I hurt my little flower? Did you have to be so cruel to me? Didn't you know you sent me out of my tree? Now you know the score.